What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another late night in the BrewLab with me, Lone Fox, your Brewmaster-in-Chief. And tonight in the BrewLab, I'm coming at you with a couple of spoilers from Kamigawa Neon Dynasty. Can you believe it already? Feels like it just ended with Alchemy the other day. The never-ending hype train is real, and to be honest, I'm all for it. Like, the more new stuff, the better. The Kamigawa has me so hyped already, and we haven't even seen more than a couple of cards. So before I jump into tonight's brew, let me just quickly switch this up over here, and I'll just go over the spoilers briefly, because this isn't official spoiler season, but they have spoiled a couple of cool new cards. So let's jump right into it. First of all, we've got a couple of cards that were spoiled on Reddit. So the quality of the images is taken from a really blurry image. We can't see much about this one. It seems to be a land, discard something, abandon, mill 3 cards, then return creature card, planeswalker card from your graveyard to your hand. Or is it to your, I'm assuming it's hand. Yeah, I wouldn't say to your battlefield, unfortunately. This ability costs 1 less to activate for each legendary creature you control. Pretty cool. Pretty sweet little land. Especially in black. This seems to be like some kind of a cycle. Nice. And then Kyodai, the Soul of Kamigawa. 4 mana dragon spirit creature with flash and flying. It's a 3/3, and when it enters the battlefield, you can have another target permanent you control gain indestructible for as long as Kyodai stays in play. Pretty cool. It's a pity it's 4 mana. It's a little bit expensive, but it is a very good effect, of course. It's just that the other dragon that has flash that comes to mind is Eben Death Dracolich, and he is, of course, also 4 mana. Sucky. You can play them in some kind of like Orzhov Dragons deck, but maybe that's not where it's intended to be played. As you can see, there's a 5-color activation at the bottom, 1 of each color, and then it gets +5/+5 until end of turn. So maybe more to be played in some 5-color dragon deck, who knows, but still interesting to see some dragons support, and Flash is nice. And the indestructible is very nice. So, interesting. But then, next up, we have our first planeswalker that was spoiled, Kaito Shizuki. It's a new character. I've recommend about halfway through, or not even, the weekly MTG YouTube clip directly from the official channel. I recommend you guys go check this out. It's got the full breakdown of you know, what's happening as far as Kamigawa Neon Dynasty so far. And even got Maro himself on the show. So, Kaito Shizuki. Finally a Dimir Planeswalker. It's been a while. I believe the last one, correct me if I'm wrong, was the, oh my goodness, what was her name? Oh gosh. Drawing a blank here, help me. The Dream Devourer or something. She was had to do with exiling. Hang on, I'm gonna find her. I'm in my client right now. Oh, Ashiok. Ashiok was the last planeswalker we had in Dimir colors and Theros block, and so it's been a little while, and this is the latest one, and I can't wait to play with this one. Okay, so at the beginning of your end step, if Kaito Shizuki entered the battlefield under your control, he phases out. Oh, sorry. Okay, but yeah, I should just read off the card directly. That's badly translated or whatever. At the beginning of your end step, if Kaito Shizuki entered the battlefield this turn, he phases out. So, the turn that he comes in, it's kind of trying to make up for the fact that it doesn't have a way of protecting itself straight away. Well, it does. You create a 1/1 blue ninja creature token. This creature can't be blocked. But not only that, so if you decide to have it come in and +1 instead of -2, which would then only put it at 1 loyalty. The 3 mana planeswalker with 3 loyalty, which is pretty cool. But if you come in straight away and -2, it's left on 1 loyalty. That's really easy to kill. So you might want to have it come in and +1 and then start minusing 2 the following turn. The cool thing is, not only will this probably be played in some sort of like aggro ninja deck, which I cannot believe I'm saying that. That sounds so cool. So you'll probably have a couple of 1 and 2 drops down already to protect it in the first place, but it will phase out. So the entire turn that it's just been, or the turn after it's been played, the opponent can't interact with it because it's phased out. And then the following turn, you can find more ways of protecting Kite or Shizuki, because you do want to get this emblem off. It sounds amazing. It's a -7. You get an emblem with whenever a creature you control deals combat damage to a player, search your library for a blue or black creature card, put it onto the battlefield, then shuffle. Whoo! So, I mean, I can't imagine where this is supposed to go. There's going to be a bunch of cards that are printed that's supposedly going to support this planeswalker. So as far as current standard or alchemy, I can't tell you where this would fit in right now, but it just sounds like a really potent emblem to have directly onto the battlefield. You could be bringing multiple creatures to the battlefield every turn whenever you attack. And the +1 is great because it helps, with the -2. The little ninjas that can't be blocked. As long as you first attack with that little ninja, or you might have a few of them at that point, then you +1 in your second main phase, and you'll draw a card, but you won't have to discard one because you will have attacked that turn. And you can attack without any worries because the little 1/1 can't be blocked anyway. Pretty sweet planeswalker. I'm really looking forward to that. Next up, we've got another dragon. I mean, it is a Japanese set. It's like where dragon lore kind of originates, I believe. So I get it, but wow, there's a lot of dragons. This is another 4-drop. But it's a flying trampler, a Frampler. Atsushi, the Blazing Sky. Another dragon spirit, which is cool. And when it dies, you choose one. You exile the top 2 cards of your library, and until end of turn on your next turn, you may play those cards. Cool. Or you create 3 treasure tokens. Sick. That is super duper sick. Just don't know if it's like, there's already, now we've got the new 4-drop flying dragon guy that is kind of land destruction theme from Alchemy. We've got the 4-drop Manaform Hellkite. There's a lot of good 4-drop dragons. This one is also no joke. It's just going to be interesting to see which one ends up staying in the deck and for which reason. Maybe there'll be different ones that go in different decks, but nice little 4/4 Frampler there. Next up, Hidetsu, Devouring Chaos, the Ogre Demon. Ogres. 4 mana, 4/4. Pay 1, sacrifice a creature, scry 2. Sack outlet, that allows you to scry. It's not a free sack outlet, but it's a cheap sack outlet. And then it's got Rakdos colors built into it. So for 2 colorless and 1 red, you can tap it, exile the top card of your library, you may play that card this turn. When you exile a non-land card this way, Hidetsugu Devouring Chaos deals damage equal to the exile card's mana value to any target. Oh, nice. That is nice. That is really nice. Wow. Okay, cool. I can see some jank potential there, big time. Well costed, interesting tribe that I've been trying to do demons for a while now. And then we just got some really sweet new land cycle. These seem to be some plains, some islands. Wow, it's what do they call this stuff? The folded origami. Swamps over here. Wow, these mountains look insane. And the forests. And that's about it. So quick little spoiler action. Looking good so far. But without further ado, let's jump into tonight's brew. One that I am calling the WhelpOmachus. Because I'm climbing successfully back into Diamond. I've made it back into Platinum 1 using yesterday's Glasspool Captain deck, which, by the way, is sitting on about 15-4 right now, 80-something plus win rate. This deck is so freaking good. Honestly, if you did not watch yesterday's video, go and watch it. 100% win rate. And today I just played the deck all day and just shredding in ranked. But because I want to sit on that rank and protect it and continue that climb tomorrow with this deck, tonight we're just going to play a little bit of unranked and we're going to play a little bit of janky janks. And the card that we are focusing around, we've already seen on the channel. We're looking again at the new Whelp from Alchemy, Fearsome Whelp, 2-mana 1/1 that at the beginning of your end step reduces the casting cost of all the dragons in your hand perpetually by 1 colorless mana. So we used this already in the CGB-esque Dragon Whelp deck a few days ago, which was playing Rakdos. Today we went for Boros because we get to play Velomachus Lorehold, which is one of the, actually is, if not the most expensive dragon in the format right now. I think there might be 1 or 2 of those white dragon, black dragon, green dragon that was a little bit more, maybe 8 mana, maybe the black one, but I could be wrong. But if not, the most expensive, the close to most expensive dragon we have, with also the most colorless casting cost in its casting cost, is Velomachus Lorehold with 5 colorless. So if we have an opening hand with even just 1 or 2 of these in it and Fearsome Whelp, we hold that hand and we can cast Velomachus Lorehold very early. And that's kind of the win con, okay? Because when that happens, we get to look at the top 7 cards of our library and we can cast an instant or sorcery spell with the mana value less than 2 or equal to Velomachus Lorehold's power from among them without paying its mana cost every time that it attacks. And of course, then you put the rest into the bottom of your library in a random order. And there's a lot of really good hits with that. We've got 3 copies of Lorehold Command that, if you also happen to have a Manaform Hellkite in play, is a bit unfortunate because you've already attacked. So the Dragon Illusion that will be created will not be able to attack. That's the only sort of thing that I don't like about the interaction between Manaform Hellkite and Velomachus Lorehold, which is why I've gone for 2 and 2 here. The other two being Town Razor Tyrant, the new guy that I was just talking about that hates on lands. I might end up trimming the Hellkites entirely and just going for the Town Razor Tyrants because of that issue. But let's see how it ends up playing out. But I've kind of skipped the queue. Let's start at the top. We've got 3 copies of Lantern Flare, which I've got in the deck not only for a little bit of life gain, but because we're not going too wide with our creatures. There are quite a lot of dragons, but it's not a type of deck that's trying to go too wide with a lot of creatures. So we weren't using it for its cleave very often, unless I beg your pardon, for its uncleaved cost very often, because it deals X damage to target creature or planeswalker, and you gain X life, where X is the number of creatures you control. I'd much rather use it for its cleave cost, because then we can dump all of the mana that we have available into the X and deal X damage to target creature or planeswalker, and you gain X life, where it has nothing to do with the number of creatures you control. That, of course, synergizes really well with Manaform Hellkite, because the more mana you dump into X, the bigger the Dragon Illusion gets. And of course, the more life you gain, which is nice in a deck like this, so we don't have much life gain. Alongside Lantern Flare, the only other life gain is the third option on Lorehold Command, where we deal 3 damage to any target and gain 3 life. So just use it sparingly and when necessary, because it's sometimes very, very essential. Then we've got full playset of the Fearsome Whelp, of course, it's the whole reason for the deck. Then we've got 3 copies of Rip Apart, just because there are so many artifacts and enchantments, class artifacts, class enchantments, and you know, all the equipments, and there's just plenty of artifacts and enchantments to deal with, as well as still the occasional Seeker's Chariot scampering about in the meta. Then here comes some of my favorite hits. So once Fearsome Whelp has been on the board a few turns and done its thing with some of the more expensive dragons in your hand, it's okay if you sweep the board and it dies, because you might draw another one, or, you know, not really need to at that point even have that cost reduction because you've got enough mana. So it's okay to use these 6 sweepers that I'm running in the deck, which are kind of low to the ground sweepers, perfect against aggro. We get to cast these usually long before we've played our Velomachuses and our Goldspans and things, and even if we play them after, like if it's a spell that we hit off of our Velomachus, for example, then what happens is it just sweeps the smaller creatures and leaves all of our dragons alive, and allows us to, you know, stall out the game until we get it, until the point where we get critical mass of dragons on the battlefield. So that's what the role of Divine Purge and Conductive Current are. Divine Purge exiles all artifacts and creatures with mana value 3 or less, and they perpetually gain the spell cost 2 more to cast. And if this permanent enters the battle, and this permanent enters the battlefield tapped. It's just such an incredible card. For as long as each of them remain exiled, its owner may play it. So all the stuff that the opponent had on the battlefield, mana value 3 or less, that are creatures or artifacts, exiled. And the opponent needs to pay an additional 2 to recast those things. And they come into play tapped. It's just such a pause button on the opponent's entire game plan. You gain like a whole 2-3 turns out of this thing. And don't forget, treasure tokens and blood tokens and all the, you know, little tokens, clue tokens, count as artifacts that are mana value 3 or less, and those will all get exiled and would not be coming back as they are tokens. So really, really cool. Then we've got Conductive Current, which just is a 3 damage sweeper, but it has the extra additional bonus of choosing an instant or sorcery card in my hand, and that card perpetually gains if the spell would deal non-combat damage to a permanent or player. It deals that much damage plus 2 instead. So we can use that maybe on a Brittle Blast or on our Lorehold command and have the third option there deal 5 damage instead of 3. Or, you know, just making one of our removal spells better. Or our Lantern Flare deal more damage, or what have you. So pretty sweet little extra text hidden in at the end there. And then last little bit of removal, we've got 2 copies of Brittle Blast, which I love because it deals 5 damage and it exiles creatures, and it makes it so that the rest of the creatures on the battlefield, when you cast Brittle Blast, perpetually gain if this permanent would die, exile it instead. So if you don't kill them, then you might be able to get rid of them the following turn and they will not be coming back from the graveyard. So really, really loving this card. The art is interesting. Then we've talked about the 4-drop dragons. We do have some card draw in the form of Showdown of the Skalds, which can also, of course, help us grow our dragons. Then we've got 3 Goldspan Dragons. Still really busted. Nothing else to add. It's just it not making a treasure when it's targeted isn't really that much of a game changer. I mean, of course it is, but it's still just ridiculously good to have a 4/4 flying haste that makes mana and, you know, makes all your treasures tap for double mana. It's still super busted. So we're playing 3, and that's because I just trimmed 1 because I wanted to play 1 adult gold dragon just to have that extra little bit of life gain, just in case in the deck. Just as a one-off, 4/3 flying lifelink haste. Same casting cost. And then tops out with 3 copies of Velomachus Lorehold. Usually I run 2, but we do want to have this in hand more often than not to get the cost reduction with the Fearsome Whelp. If we cast Lorehold command when Manaform Hellkite is in play, not for free off of the Lorehold command, off of the Velomachus Lorehold, okay, we get a 5/5. You could choose basically option 1 and 2. Create a 3/2 red and white spirit creature token. Creatures you control get +1 and +0 and gain indestructible and haste until end of turn. Even if you just have a Manaform Hellkite in play and nothing else, and you cast the Lorehold command and you choose option 1 and 2, you will have a 4/4 dragon. You'll have a 4/2 spirit token. You will have a 6/5 dragon illusion token, all with haste and indestructible swinging in. It's really powerful, obviously, and I would like to get that off at least once. It's just, like I said, a real pity when you hit a Lorehold command off of Velomachus and you've already attacked, and then you make this 5/5 dragon illusion and it just sits there because it can't attack, and then it'll die at the end of that end step. But other than that, really sweet. All right, and then as far as the mana base, we've just got the usual stuff going on. 1 of each manland, some basics, 4 pathways, 4 chill lands, and 2 Field of Ruins. That's the deck. Let's jump into some games. Now, at this point in my videos, as usual, is when I like to do a tiny little bit of self-promotion. So if you have not subscribed to the channel yet, kindly consider doing so. We are well on our way to 500 subscribers, at which point a giveaway will be triggered. I'm giving away a bunch of cosmetics items, and if you would like to take part in said giveaway, you need to be a subscriber. So subscribe. Then if you could be so kind as to do all the other good YouTube stuff, like the video, leave a comment, and hit the bell icon if you want to be notified of future daily uploads. All right, we got a Whelp. We don't have other dragons. I am gonna mulligan this one, even though it is kind of potential. What if we draw a dragon and we've got these 2 showdowns and some removal? It's unranked. It's the first game of the day. Let's just keep it. Opponent, mulligans. Black. I twitch. Red, pass turn. I'm not going to play the Whelp until I have a dragon in hand to actually reduce the cost of, because with these colors, this Whelp's just going to get killed. Alright. Pass turn. I was debating, whether to kill one of these before you can deadly dispute it, but it's not worth using up one of my good removal spells. They're only doing 1 damage. That's a dragon. Let's play our Whelp. It's probably going to get killed, but we can anyway play this dragon out next turn. A braid. The Falcon Wrath progenitor was vicious falconer, and the line is quick to remind others of its heritage. Oh, that's a Hive Tyrant. Town Razor Tyrant. Pick your red source. Yeah, we knew it was coming. Will he use the treasure to cast the... Okay. I thought he would sack it and then use the, you know, the 2 black to fetch another red. Cheeky bugger. Options, options, options. We can go for a yeah, I don't know if this will work. I'm gonna try and bait him into this. Got him. That's how the cookie crumbles. All these multicolored cards. Going full Lorehold. Boros. I wonder, you know, those guilds are old names from Ravnica. Like, we're not even on that plane, but we're still using those names. I wonder how long it'll stick. Kalane? Environmental? Okay. Third Showdown, I mean, better use it, right? Ooh. Life gain. Detected. Okay, finally sacks that land. Got in for a bit of damage though, this wasn't bad. Oof. Lorehold Velomachus makes an appearance. Pity of losing these two, but that's okay. We're swinging in for 9 with some life gain attached. It's got some removal. I don't know, I might have gone for the life gainy guy if I was him. Ooh. A land off the top would be amazing. We can play Mr. Lorehold and win the game. Okay, this guy's an obvious newbie. Yeah, even if he makes the 2-3 next turn, we win. The Showdown of the Skalds triggers Manaform Hellkite as well, don't forget, because it's whenever you cast a non-creature spell. So also Planeswalker would trigger Manaform Hellkite. Not entirely sure why he's +1ing instead of -2ing, but... Damn it, I really wanted to cast that command on top of the Hellkite so you guys could see that go off next turn, but at least we know that we could have. Sometimes that's good enough. On to the next one. if I start to feel comfy with the deck and see how like the matches sort of play out in typical hands that I draw, we might take it for a spin on the rank ladder. But I'm just, like I said, had a very long day on the ladder and just wanted to play something a little janky tonight for you guys. And I do think this deck can be pretty good. It's just you need to have, I think it's the type of one where you're kind of quite aggressively mulliganing until a point at which you have a hand that you like. See, that was a case of two hands I don't like and not wanting to risk a second mulligan. Orzhov. Jadar. Oh wow, it's still busted. It's not making the zombies. I'd heard about this. That sucks. Where's the decayed zombie? That's really tilting. Poor guy. I know. We take 3, he gains 3. Just a way of not allowing him to get the Deadly Dispute off. And then we can rip apart the Sanguine Brushstroke. Okay. Woohoo! Unfortunately, this is the tap land. Very unfortunate. Magic is great. When that kind of stuff happens. It's got like a fate. Oh my goodness. My poor little whelp. Okay, we need to kill those now. Orzhov drain life with Sanguine Brushstroke is one I tried. 5 damage instead of 3. Pretty sweet. Ooh. Nice. Okay, so this is gonna stay daytime. Oh, mate. Okay. Polite clap for the opponent. That was horrible. That was horrible. Very nice control deck. We got completely screwed. On to the next one. Still waiting for the guys at the hub to fix the, you know, alchemy stuff. They still have some issues. Tyler Traxler. Just not getting that Whelp plus Dragons opener that I'm dying for. Opponent? Hello? There you are. Now we got the hand we wanted, we don't have the mana. It's just a sick joke, I tell ya. But I'm gonna keep this one and hope to draw a red source. It's the best thing we can do, I think. No luck. Oh, come on, man. One turn behind. Velomachus down to 3, 4, 5. Playable next turn. Now let's see if he attacks. Nice. Replacement Whelp detected. see what we get. I kind of like the idea of Divine Purge. Bye-bye Whelp, bye-bye treasure. Shouldn't have blocked anything. I'm gonna get dragon fired again. Damn it! Why am I so stupid? Oh man! So dumb, man. That was a huge misplay. That just lost us the game. Cannot believe I did that. Cannot believe he had a second freaking Dragonfire in hand. And we can start just flooding, of course. He's got a third one. I mean, seriously, guys? Okay, we can ambush him with the command. Yeah, so that he can't even attack in for fear of losing his Hellkite. Haha! Oh, come on, mate. Really? Pow. We've got a cave. Believe in the heart of the cards, baby. We've got a top deck. Some kind of a freaking answer here. Oh, definitely double blocking you. This is a joke, man. When this kind of stuff happens, it just makes me so annoyed. Like, come on, you want me to lose, deck. Just top decking lands. You want me to lose. Come on, come on, come on. Down to 3 mana. Oh. The never-ending dragon storm, huh? And that's game. Worst moment of flooding, like could have gone completely another way there. And just a terrible, terrible misplay with the Velomachus. I should not have blocked anything. I should have let all that damage come through. And we might not, you know, have lost the game there. That was a really bad misplay. My apologies. We have at least one a day now on the channel. At least I'm aware of them. Sometimes. And if I have, you know, I am the kind of content creator that wants to know about his own mistakes. So if you spot anything, please let me know in the comments. I like to go back and watch again and see how I could have done things differently. So help me get better. Help me help you. Oh, sunrise starting to brighten the horizon. Really stormy night. The worst opening hands ever. Give me your zombies. That's gonna be nice. It's even nicer. Or should we just kill them? Yeah. I haven't got any of these yet. Uglor. Beginning of your upkeep, look at the top 2 cards of your library. Then you may put one of them into your graveyard. Whenever a creature card is put in your graveyard from your library into your hand, or your hand, it perpetually gains when this card leaves your graveyard created tapped. 2/2 black. Ah. Interesting card. To say the least. I think they deserve to get a little purging. Don't you? Another Uglor. Nice, man. Comes into play tapped like that. It's just... Wow, this is going to be interesting. Whenever... graveyard or from your library or hand. And whenever then it leaves... Okay, but not from the battlefield. Charmed Sleep, huh? One, two, three, four, five, six, seven. Velomachus. Probably my favorite card from Strixhaven. Probably, like, up there. Arena only card detected. Why would you play that when you see that I have Conductive Current? Mind-boggling. Oh yeah. I just go for the double Showdown. Why not? It's going to trigger the Manaform Hellkite and... Aha! That's the Ogalore. Not very powerful. At all. Really seal the deal. Booyakasha. You have to sack it. Nice. Little bit of a redeemer there. Alright, we've arrived at the last match of the night. 52 minutes into the video. As you know, we do 1 hour videos in the BrewLab. So, or occasionally I go for the 45 minutes format with the jankier decks. This could have been one of those, but we've already gone well past that. So, might as well shoot for the hour. Give us one last chance to do the, you know, perfect opening hand for the deck, which is a Whelp and a Velomachus and some lands. Would be nice. At least once in this freaking video. Lucremon. No such luck. Ta-da! Third time lucky. Oh, I played the wrong land. Played the wrong land. That's pretty nice though. If it's just mono green Stompy. That seems to be bricking. Poor guy. Okay, no. Very nice. Yeah, I'm gonna let it go for a little bit. We can take a bit of damage before we Divine Purge. He might play out a troll now, which is no such luck. I was really hoping he'd play the troll, but another 2-drop would be great. come on, give me that 3 for 1. Ah. Okay, so that's definitely the new Lupine Harbingers. Ready to bet money on that. Nice. Woo. Please land and removal. Oof. Not quite. We're taking 6. Luckily there's a Gold's Dragon there. Just gonna gain us a bit of life. Whew. It's Lupine Harbingers. I know he needs it. Oh, we're screwed. We're screwed. I think we're just screwed. Mono green. I cannot wait to try something like this also. I've got something like this already in the cards. But with the Harbinger instead of the Ulvenwald Oddity. It's also 4/4 Trampling Haste. With the Unnatural Growth, that's just punishing. Alright. Did not win the last one. But that has to be it for this video. I'm gonna see you all in the next one for some fresh brews. Getting a little bit more serious again today. Just needed a little break with some jankier stuff. While I whip up some fresh stuff for you guys. So don't forget to tune in tomorrow. But until then, this is Lone Fox from the BrewLab, signing out. Peace, y'all.